yeah, we gonna make them goals, yeah.
Back to Sports and You. We did promise you a lot of content today, and we have in studio with us two football affiliated people, two people whose heart and soul are really close to football. We have the director of the Elite League, and we have a young lady. I'll let them introduce themselves just for fear of me getting their designation a bit wrong. So we'll start with you.
No problem. Thanks, man. My name is Massiah. I'm the marketing director of the Elite League Season VII, and it's a pleasure to be here with you, Stephan. And we have an amazing person from all over the river, Denamstel. She's going to introduce herself.
So hey, it's your favorite hype girl. That's what you guys know me as, but I am the secretary of the Denamstel FC, and I'm happy to be here with all of you today.
All right, we're going to kick things off right off the bat with the Elite League. We are into Season 7.
Yeah, this is Season 7. And just before we touch the Elite League, I have to say it, big shout out to the First Lady for the work she's been doing at Fruit to Conquer. She just dropped off 5 truckloads of sand off, and it's something that we're going to be using to develop all the divisions, but especially the women's division, because it's about helping our players to get a better facility so that we'll be a bit more CONCACAF compliant. Yeah.
All right, yeah, that's great. 5 truckloads of sand. That was a tongue twister for a second.
Yeah.
5 truckloads of sand.
We asked for 6 overall. Somebody dropped the first one. She volunteered 5, and then we had 3 other truckloads dropped by Guy Willship and also Guy Lube Logistics. So I mean, it's nice to see when the community comes together and supports something like football and young people and women and youth is amazing.
And I guess if any other corporate Guyana is willing to drop some more truckloads of sand, you'd be gladly accepted.
No, I don't want more sand.
You don't want more sand?
I don't need any more sand. But what I would love them to do, the corporate persons, the corporate entities, support the Elite League, come out, help us to rebuild this brand, help us to elevate this brand, because this sport, and particularly this league, over 300 players and staff and all of that are associated with this league. And you're talking about 10 teams from all across the country. Right here you have Denamstel. You have 9 other teams, and it's the first season where we have a team coming from as far as mainstay competing. So this is not a Georgetown thing. This is a Guyana thing, and it's going to be an amazing tournament this year. And it stretches on for 6 months, so you got time.
Well, while we're on the reception of the Elite League, how has it been for fans at the Elite League?
I mean, the best person to answer is probably Shakkeene. So yeah, how was it, Shakkeene?
So I feel like the fan support has been growing. It's increasing as the league goes on. I only joined sometime last year. That's when I joined with my team. And I've been going to the game since then. I've noticed before, like when it came to like certain leagues, for example, GDF or police or slingers, you would have like a big turnout. But what I've noticed in this league is that we kind of have a balance with all the games. You're seeing a lot of persons coming out.
Fan base.
Yes, everybody's bringing their own fan base. It's very interactive. You'd have like people who back one team sharing ideas to people from another team, and it's really nice because I tend to sit out with everybody else, so it's very interactive. People are really intrigued this time, and I've had like a few people message me to tell me like, I'm not a football fan, but I'm gonna come out because like you hype it up so much. So that's the aim. The aim is to hype it up so people could come out and enjoy natural raw talent that is really taking our young men and women places.
So where do you get the energy from, the hype from? Where does this come from? That's my next question. Where does all this hype come from for football?
So I'm naturally fiery. I have a lot of energy, so that's a natural thing. But I grew up in Denamstel, and the main sport played in Denamstel is football. At one point, I was training to do it, and then I stopped off because I finished school and I was working. But I never lost the passion. And I'm also very close to the president of the football club. And whenever you're around her, you just want to be involved in everything that she's involved in. Then I got into football, fell in love with, the guys, how they train and all of that. And it just started to grow and grow, and it's really growing on me. I'm becoming one of those people who argue about sports. I get like really angry. So that's how much it has grown on me, and I know it's going to grow even more, and I'm excited. And, that's why I get the energy to hype it up.
And for those of you who don't have that natural energy, Definitely support Turbo Energy. Get fully charged up. When I was at another radio station, I gave the host Turbo, but I drank mine already. So
It's good.
yeah, sorry about that. I can keep it when you come out to the ground. I can link it with the Turbo.
Energy drink would not do me very well.
Yeah,
today.
man, this energy drink will
really
do
would
well.
not.
And I mentioned them because they're also one of the big sponsors this year in the Season 7 of the Elite League, along with Guyana Beverages Inc., Blue Water Shipping, Namilco. These people have come on board and they're helping us to do some amazing things. And as Shakkeene mentioned, the fans coming out. Right now, our content on social media has been viewed over 7 million times, which means that everybody in Guyana knows what's going on. And if you don't know, you probably don't use Facebook, right? So, yeah, we're looking forward to having more of you turn out and have some fun, especially because the world is looking. Literally, some of our matches are being streamed on a platform called FIFA Plus, which is like Netflix for football. So, yeah.
Tell me about corporate support. You mentioned a few companies just now. How important is corporate support to keeping a brand like the Elite League alive?
It is the lifeblood of the organization, you know. And big shout out to President Ford, President Wayne Ford, the president of the Guyana Football Federation, who's been doing a lot to lay the foundation for this new vision or this elevated vision for the Elite League and Elite League Sports. And one of the things he's been pioneering now, or even accelerating because it's already kind of been around for a little bit, is that he's been building bridges with more companies and more organizations. And this is like the season before the season right now. It's not pre-season, it's literally a season before the season where we're building new bridges, we're making new connections. And I think that every club is going to benefit, the fans are going to benefit. Big shout out to the president also for his excellency for supporting the enhancement of the National Training Center in Providence. I'm pretty sure hundreds of truckloads of sand and crush run and all of that was dropped there just before the Elite League, and the fans are getting an even more exciting experience, and that's just the start of the development.
I know we're fresh into Season 7, but what would you say has been the highlight of the season so far?
The highlight, Shakkeene, you want to take this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say the highlight is that the still is in the lead.
Just because you're the top domain in the league, like, you know what I mean? But
Well, true. We're at the top, right, of the points table, and I feel like last year we did take a lot of losses. So to see that we started off at the level that we're at, you know, it's somewhat of a surprise. It's really irritating to some people, and it's very frightening to me because I'm gonna hype my team. I'm gonna back my team all the way, like whether they win or not. But then because I'm the biggest hype girl, and you know we're at the top, it's like this. Like anytime it comes down a little bit, I kind of take all the burn for that.
The Robin we call it.
Yes, but I would also say a lot of the teams from last year, like the teams that had the fire, they still have the fire, and I feel like they're bringing more. And the teams that didn't really have the fire last year, they're actually bringing it this year. So I think that's another highlight. We, like he said, we have Mainstay from Essequibo.
Mainstay is different this year. They're coming in and they're pushing,
They
and it's the
have the
first time to
fire.
get this sort of exposure and to see them come out and perform. And for those of you who haven't seen it, there's a clip of the coach of the Namstel actually talking with the coach for Gold Star, for our Mainstay Gold Star, and it's about the camaraderie. You know, the theme for this year is Stronger Together, and you're able to see and to feel that sort of Stronger Together vibe when, even though you're competing on the field, at the end of the day, it's about youth empowerment, it's about empowerment, sports, development, and all of that, and people are coming on board and they're working together. So, yeah.
And it's more than the game. It's like we support each other. When it's time for the game, it's competition. Like, we're no friends when it's time for the game.
No
but
90 minutes. No friends for 90 minutes.
No friends for 90 minutes. But, like, the little break that they have in between, we can be friends. And it's like, we want to see everybody win. Not just the Namsa, but I mean everybody who stands for football. We want to see everybody win. We want to have fun while we're winning. So that's something that we're seeing a lot in this league. And I'm really enjoying it. It's really a breath of fresh air. And I can't wait to see how this league ends. Because I know it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to take a turn.
Yeah, especially because your team, Slingers. So this guy's favorite team is Slingers. And I mean, they're amazing, not only on the field, because they've been able to bring players from all across the world, from Canada, from Jamaica, and they're really bringing an international vibe to the space. But they also create some amazing content too. And that's something that we look forward to, especially coming up. The next match starting off on Friday is Slingers versus Mainstay Gold Star, and it's one of the most hyped matches. So I'm interested to see how it's going to turn out, you know. And big shout out to Western Tigers, because they have literally they've done something by securing a victory over the Guyana Defence Force.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that the Guyana Defence Force will not just take that moving forward. And this is going to be one of the most competitive seasons.
Yes.
Now, this will be the most competitive season that we've ever seen for Guyanese football, because you have the 10 teams, their players are on another level. Of course, my players for the Conquerors, they're there. The Guyana Police Force, I didn't know they had artists. You had one of the players singing, because I think they feel that victory energy. Santos has an amazing team. I hope I'm not missing anybody. Monedelos, they were performing in Berbice and that number 5 ground, and they took that victory on another level, you know. So this is a Guyana thing, from Mainstay to Berbice. These people are coming together and they're competing, they're sharing their ideas, and this is a transformational event.
Yeah, and Ansgrove.
Ansgrove, how could I forget Ansgrove? Yeah, Ansgrove is also killing it in a big way, and they did a prayer session at the beginning of one of their training programs. They did a prayer session at the beginning of their warm-up, and that is one of the hottest pieces of content this year on our Facebook page for the Elite League. So yeah.
So explain to me where this new rebrand. Well, I don't want to say new rebranding, but where this whole hype about the Elite League is coming from.
Well, you're probably right with the new rebranding, because the logo change, it has a lot of meaning behind it. It was redesigned to reflect the concept of being stronger together, you know, stronger with the Guyana Football Federation. It's about uniting the football fraternity. And you're right when you say it's something that's new. And it's something that we're pushing not only at the highest level, but even throughout the entire football fraternity in Guyana. So yeah, I think just sometimes things just happen and they just seem to sync up at the right time. I think that that's what's happening right now.
As it relates to people who are listening who might not be familiar with the league, what would you say to them? What would be, if you had a tagline? I'd say, all right, fine, I'll give you guys 20 seconds each to explain to everyone listening why they should take Friday night and Sunday night and come and watch the Elite League.
And sometimes Saturday night.
And sometimes Saturday.
Right, so Shakkeene, you go ahead with the one.
I'll give both of you 20 seconds. Both of you. Think about it and
Let
go.
me think on it a little bit.
All right, well, I got you.
All right, go.
This is the Premier League for Guyana sports. If you like the English Premier League, this is the Guyanese version of it, where the top 10 teams from across the country come and compete. And it is something that you've never seen before when it comes to football in Guyana, and you need to be a part of it. And we also have some amazing vendors on board. We have people selling fish and chips, people selling hot dogs, people selling burgers and them kind of thing. We even have one of the GDF players who's created for the first time with the Elite League the fan zone concept, where he's actually put up a stage right near the actual platform, and he's doing a lot of different things. It's selling beverages, and it's an entire thing that's bringing innovation and entertainment to the football space. And big shout out to CN Construction for doing that work. Yeah. And that's developed by a player, a GDF player is doing that kind of work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is about innovating the sport. And this, as I mentioned, is the season before the season. So, yeah. Over to you.
Okay, what I'd like to say, we're now in an era where everything is kind of tech-based. Everything you want to do, you just go on your phone. You spend a lot of time on your phone. And even when you're around other people, you're on your phone. Football is giving you the opportunity to come out and to have live interactions with people. There's so much that we're missing from each other that we can get when we're out there. It's a space whereby you can come out, you can be competitive, you sit, you relax, you unwind, and then you look at the game and you shout at people if you feel like shouting at them, you curse if you feel like cursing, and it's basically a safe space outside of your safe space. It's something like you don't want to miss. You come out, you have a good time when you go home, you forget about your stress, your worries, and it's necessary. It's necessary that we have community. It's necessary that we interact with each other and that we share our perspectives. So football is giving you the opportunity to do that at a very, very affordable rate.
Yeah, man.
So you don't have to worry about that. Yeah.
$1,000 to enter. If you have a car, pay $1,000 to park. That's pretty much it.
Yes.
So, like, this is essentially almost free for the people. But the reason why it's priced is that the reason why it's priced at that level is there should be no excuse for people to come out and to enjoy this sport. It's about giving access to people, access to quality football to the average persons in Guyana, to everybody in Guyana. And that also is one of the reasons why we've been pushing football, because it brings young people into an environment where they learn discipline, they learn leadership, they learn commitment. And this is something that changes the narrative with many of the communities that we have around, because instead of somebody getting in trouble, you see them practicing to dove a ball on the field or something like that. Down to the point, Turbo even did a giveaway for the person who dove the best out of some of the ball boys that were there. And I've never seen a smile so broad than the boy winning a whole case of Turbo, you know? So yeah, like come out. It's not, football isn't just what you're seeing on the field. It's an entire movement. It's an entire space where people feel free. And it's a space where everybody could come, celebrate, bring your family, bring your children, even if they have to sleep in your lap. Don't worry, we have you. And if you're coming out for now, just walk with your umbrellas and your raincoats. We're working on that, but everything is not perfect. We're moving towards perfection.
Yeah, while we're on the topic of infrastructure development, you mentioned the amount of work that has been done to the National Training Centre.
Yeah.
What other plans are in place for that venue as the Elite League goes on?
All right, so I know there's going to be a major infrastructure development, but I'm not sure if I could mention it as yet on the on station. But y'all just, I don't have the liberty to release everything, you know.
All right.
But
What
I can say is that y'all just come out, y'all support, give us the numbers. Y'all come out, if your business come on board and sponsor. Join people like Guyana Beverages Inc., Fruta, Turbo, join Blue Water Shipping, Namilco, join all of these companies, because we're literally changing the landscape for sports entertainment in Guyana. And I'll also mention, you would have seen on social media, we have people like Shakkeene who's giving a bit of commentary. We've had Michael Richmond and his team Jafar doing a bit of commentary, because we're creating something like an ESPN for Guyanese football and maybe even sports, called PFTG, Passion for the Game Sports. And you'll be hearing more about that probably later this year into next year.
All right, so as a fan, let's say I'm a new fan coming out. I am not familiar with the teams, I'm not familiar with the players. Is there a place I can say, let's say, I'm a Slingers fan, I want a Slingers shirt. Can a fan get a Slingers shirt at the venue, or is that something the Elite League might be looking to put into place?
I think you're peeping my cards, right? But I believe that, I'm not sure with every team. I know that the NAM still has merch. I also know that Slingers has their merch. I know that Police have just released some of their merch too. So there are a couple of clubs that are moving in that direction. But you'll have to reach out to those clubs to figure out. I believe MVP Sports is a location where you could get Slingers merch. And I believe you have to reach out directly to Denham Cell to get their merch. Same thing with Police. But we have a lot of development that's coming. And just come out to the National Training Centre once we have a game. And the concept is not just the Elite League. The Elite League is a sports. What we're creating is something called Elite Weekend. So almost every weekend for the next 6 months, you're going to have some amazing competition, some amazing matches and everything going on. And some of them are going to be at Lenora. Some of them, like we had recently with Monedelas versus Santos, were at the number 5 ground in Berbice. And I'll also shout out that I literally put number 5 ground on Google Maps because it didn't exist there before. So for those of you who need to find number 5 ground and you see it on Google Maps, you're welcome. Yeah.
But you can't just leave me hanging. You told us about the Elite Weekend. You have to tell us more about this Elite Weekend and what fans can expect from it, or
just
what
action,
fans
vibes, energy. We had one of our first artists that we had perform was Alabama. He performed on the opening night. We have a couple of other people lined up. I don't want to mention them as yet, but this is something that people could come, have fun, relax. You have, again, I keep on mentioning. You have Ital, you got fish and chips, you got hot dogs. Imagine something like the Seawalls, something like the Seawalls kind of vibe, something like the National Park kind of vibe, but it's an environment that's focused more on sports, but more particularly football. This is a safe space for your parents. There's security guards, there are different levels of security, plus on top of that you got actual soldiers and actual police that are in the competition, so you're going to be safe for the most part, you know. And just come out, but again, just walk with your umbrellas and a raincoat if the weather doesn't look appealing to you. Right? And we're working on a fix for that. But it's an experience. You know, I've even seen some of the fans innovate Some people go underneath tables. Some people lift some of the signboards above their heads, you know. Some of them group together in different areas. So even when it does rain, it's a big entertainment. It's a big vibe and everything. And I can tell you that the vision of President Wayne Ford of the Guyana Football Federation for football development in Guyana, and especially at the National Training Center in Providence, once it's realized, it will create an experience that is truly international and truly exceptional. So join us along for this journey. Don't wait till then. It can be too late by then. Just come on board now. Come on board soon. And yeah, it's going to be exciting.
All right, final comments on the Elite League and everything Elite League related. I'll let you guys go on that because I think it's been more of you guys taking over this show with
Sorry,
the Elite
man.
League. No, it's fine. Listen, I love the energy. I wish that everybody that came brought this kind of energy because
You're welcome. No problem.
I am considering my Friday night now, giving up my normal Friday night activity just to come.
It's not every Friday, so you not pick your Friday. But definitely some of them are Friday, some of them are Saturday, and some of them are on Sunday. Follow the Elite League on Facebook. We have almost 10,000 followers, as I mentioned. Over 7 million views on the content that we've already released, and that's just on Facebook. We also have a YouTube page. Don't go there as yet. We're still developing it, but yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Oh, and they have Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. We also have an Instagram. We're also innovating a bit on the Instagram, and I'll just shout out the teams, the team names before Shakkeene gives her feel on it. So we have Ansgrove United, we have Slingers FC, we have the Guyana Defence Force FC, we have Santos FC, we have the Guyana Police Force FC, Western Tigers FC, Mainstay Gold Star FC, Denamstel FC, Monedlas FC, and of course, Fruta Conquerors FC.
Save the best for last.
Yeah. How you mean? That's what you gotta do sometimes.
And just to say, because some people don't know what FC means, it means football club. So that's why FC is. Because one time I heard somebody say like, "How are y'all is FC?" So it's football club, right? But what I'd like to say, I urge you guys to stay tuned to what we have going on. Apart from the big league that we have right now for the women who are interested in football, we are not forgetting you. The Guyana Football Federation is having all of the elite leagues work on having a female team
all the clubs in the league have.
Yes, so now we have to work on a female team. So very soon we're gonna be having more games around females. So for the females interested in football, you can stay on the lookout for teams close by or any team that you'd like to be a part of. Start working on your skills and just know that there will be a space for you very soon. Just like how we have the men going at it and bringing this team. Soon enough, you'll have the opportunity to bring this team. And for the men who are interested in football, sometimes I see you guys will come out there and y'all have your little gambling going on. It's really a place to come out and interact with your friends. So you come out, have a good time. We watch how we don't judge.
Wow, yeah. So of course, big shout out again to Guyana Beverages Inc., Turbo, Turbo Energy, Blue Water Shipping, Namilco. People, if you're a company, if you're an organization, or if you just have a ton of money and you want to see young people and women develop, you know, we also have some grassroots leagues that are going to be coming out, some youth leagues that are going to be coming out, and it's all about developing the sport across the board, you know? And yeah, definitely throw your money at football, throw it at the Elite League. Definitely, if you have a club that you love, like him, throw your money behind whichever team it is. Buy their merch, give them a donation. If they need water, if they need altitude, you know, altitude is one of the Guyana Beverages Inc. Products for athletes when they're training and everything. If you want turbo, if you need that energy and the vibe at the end of the day, buy a turbo or something. And yeah, just throw your money at the sport, and we're going to make good use of it. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys for coming in. We were discussing Elite League. We'll take a break and come back with some more content.
Yeah, we gonna make them goals, yeah.